Hello everyone, welcome to Pabbly. So in this video we are going to learn how to track landing page leads automatically in Google Sheets. So I run a business where I want to track the data of my leads in my Google Sheet. So here my objective is, as soon as I receive a new lead over my Landingy, I am going to create the record in Google Sheet. So for building this integration between Landingy or landing page form and Google Sheet, I am going to use an amazing automation tool, that is Pabbly Connect. So if you also want to build this automation, then let me take you towards my screen. Welcome to my screen. So in this video we are going to learn how to add landing page form leads to the Google Sheet. So right before you on my screen you can see I have integrated two applications, that is Landingy and the Google Sheet. Now as soon as I will receive a new lead over my landing page form or Landingy, the details will be added to the Google Sheet. So now I am going to show you how you can build this amazing automation for your own business. But before that we are going to test this integration which I have already built in. So for that let's move on to my landing page form. So here you can see this is the page where I have created my landing page form. So now let's scroll down and here you can see this is my form. So now I am going to fill this form providing my details. So here I have provided my name as smart user, email as smartuser@pabblytudes.com and the phone number. Now I am going to simply submit this form and here you can see as I have clicked over this button, my form has been successfully submitted. Now let's move on to my Google Sheet to check whether we are receiving the data over there or not. So here you can see I am receiving the data of my landing page form leads, and here I am getting three columns, that is full name, email and the phone number, and here I am receiving all the details which I have recently entered over my landing page form. So here you can see this is the way an automation works. So now I am going to show you how you can build this amazing automation for your own business. So for that we just have to access Pabbly Connect, and for accessing the Pabbly Connect you just have to type its URL over the new tab, that is pabbly.com/connect, and once you will enter the URL you will be getting the landing page of Pabbly, and here you can see we are getting two options, that is sign in and sign up free. So if you are a new user you can simply click over this sign up free, but if you are an existing user you can simply click over this sign in. And if you sign up your account for free over the Pabbly Connect you get 100 free tasks every month for practicing Pabbly Connect. But before moving on forward I am going to tell you about Pabbly Community. So here you can see this is the page of Pabbly Community where automation users, marketers and business owners gather to share their ideas, ask questions and get relevant update regarding using the Pabbly applications. So you can also join Pabbly Community now and grow your business with us. And if you wish to join the Pabbly Community you can find link in the description given below. Now let's move on to my Pabbly Connect again, and here I am going to simply click over this sign in, and once you finish your sign up you will be getting this all Pabbly apps page, and here you can see the products provided by Pabbly. And as we are going to integrate some applications we will be using this app, that is Pabbly Connect, which can integrate different applications and start automating your work. So for automating this task we have to click over this access now button for accessing Pabbly Connect, and here we will be landed to the dashboard page of Pabbly Connect, which can be seen here. And on this dashboard page you can see these are the folders I have created, and inside these folders I have created my workflows by integrating many applications. So if you also want to create your own folder you simply have to click over this create new folder button, and here you have to provide the folder name, and if you want you can select the parent folder as well, and afterwards you simply have to click over this create button and your folder will be created. And now I am going to create a workflow by integrating Landingy and the Google Sheet. So for that you simply have to click over this create workflow button, and here you will be getting the option for selecting the workflow builder. So here we are getting two workflow builder, that is beta, which is modern, faster and more flexible, and another workflow builder we are getting is classic, which will provide you stable and familiar approach. So here I am going to use this newly launched workflow builder beta. So for that you simply have to click over this select button, and you will be getting the dialog box where you have to provide the workflow name. So now I am going to provide a name to my workflow here. So here I am providing it the name add Landingy leads to the Google Sheet, and afterwards I am going to select my folder as automation. Now we simply have to click over this create button, and here you can see we are receiving this pop-up which says workflow created successfully, and we are landed to a workflow page where we are getting the option for adding the trigger. So now you might be wondering what is this trigger. So triggers are first application or the application which is going to initiate a workflow. So in this case, I want to initiate my workflow as soon as I receive a new lead over my Landingy. So here I'm going to select my trigger app as Landingy. So now let's click over this add trigger button, and here we will be landed to this trigger setup page where I'm going to search for the Landingy as I'm going to add it as my trigger app. So here you can see I'm getting this app, so I'm going to select it, and afterwards I'm going to select my app event as new lead from landing page. Now we simply have to click over this connect button, and here you can see we are receiving this webhook URL with the steps for pasting this webhook URL so that we can make the connection between Landingy and Pabbly Connect. So this webhook URL is going to act as a bridge between Landingy and Pabbly Connect. So now let's copy this webhook URL, and now let's move on to my Landingy account. So here you can see this is my Landingy account where I have created this page that is PabbTude. So I'm going to simply click over this edit button, and here you can see we are landed toward this page where I have created my form. So now let's scroll down, and here you can see this is my form. So here you have to select any of the field of your form, and you will be getting the option for settings. So you just have to select it, and you will be landed to this form settings page where you can see the option of integrations. So you just have to select it, and here you have to search for the integration that is webhook. So here you can see I'm getting this integration, so I'm going to select it, and afterwards we are getting this dialog box where you have to provide the request URL or the webhook URL which you have recently received from your Pabbly Connect. So here I'm going to paste the webhook URL which I have recently received, and afterwards here we are getting the option for selecting the request method which is already selected as post, and here I'm going to keep it as the same as I want to save my data over my Google Sheet. So now we are done with this. Now we simply have to click over this save button, and here again we have to click over this save and close, and afterwards we simply have to click over this save button again for saving this webhook URL, and after this I am going to publish this form again so that my form with the new webhook URL can be published. So here you can see my form has been successfully published, and here we are getting this URL. So now I am going to open this URL in a new tab so that we can get the form. Now let's move on to my Pabbly Connect again, and here you can see it is waiting for the webhook response. So for providing the webhook response we have to do the test submission, and for doing the test submission we have to fill our landing page forms. So now let's move on to my page again, and here I am going to fill my form which I have created in this page. So here I am going to fill this form providing my name as demo user, and afterwards I am going to enter my email address as demoUser@pabblytudes.com, and afterwards I am going to enter my phone number also. Now I am going to submit this form, and here you can see my form has been successfully submitted. Now let's move on to my Pabbly Connect to check whether we are receiving the response over there or not. So here you can see in my Pabbly Connect I am successfully receiving this response, that is response A, with the same details which I have recently entered over my landing page form. So with this we are done with our trigger app, and now I am going to add an action app. So for that you simply have to click over this add new action step button, and here you will be landed to this action setup page where I am going to select my action app as Google Sheets as I want to add the data to the Google Sheet of my landing page form, and afterwards I am going to select my app event as add new row. Now we simply have to click over this connect button, and here we are landed to this Google Sheets connection page where we are getting two options, that is add new connection and select existing connection. So if you want to build a new connection you can simply select it, and here you have to sign up with your Google account, but I am going to use my existing connections. So here we have to simply click over this save button, and here our connection has been saved successfully, and here we are getting some of the fields. So the first field we are getting for selecting the spreadsheet. So here I am going to select my this spreadsheet, that is Landingy leads, which I have already shown you. So here you can see this is my Google Sheet where I am going to save the data of my Landingy leads. And now let's move on to Pabbly Connect again, and here you can see we are getting some of the fields. So now I am not going to enter the data of my leads manually as I am going to perform mapping. So now you might be wondering what is this mapping. So mapping is basically inserting the data from the previous step so that you don't have to enter your values again and again, as mapping makes the field dynamic. So here I am going to map all these fields from the response which I am receiving from this Landingy, as this is my previous step. So the process of mapping is simple. You simply have to select the field which you want to map, and here you have to select the application where you are receiving the data. So here I am going to select it, and afterwards I am going to map my full name, and afterwards I am going to map my email as well, and at last I am going to map my phone number. So here you can see I have mapped my all these fields, and these fields will be dynamic, means these are going to change with every new responses. Now we simply have to click over this save and send test request, and here you can see we we are receiving a positive response, which demonstrate that we might have built in the connection. So now let's move on to my Google Sheet to check whether we are receiving the response over there or not. So here you can see in my Google Sheet, that is landing leads, I am successfully receiving the data which I have recently entered over my landing page form, that is full name, demo user, email, demoUser@pablitudes.com, and the phone number. So this shows that I have successfully built in this automation. And in this video you have seen that I have built in this automation without even a single word coding. So you can also use Pabbly Connect for building your own automations so that you can save your time and engage your customers more with your business. So what are you waiting for? Start using Pabbly Connect now and stay tuned to our YouTube channel for learning more about Pabbly and creating many more amazing automations and integrations like this. And if you like this video, please like, share and subscribe our channel. And if you want to practice this workflow, you can find its link in the description given below. And if you have any doubt, you can post it over my comment section. So thank you for watching this video. Not only this automation, you can build many more integrations like this by just using Pabbly Connect. So if you have any doubt, you can mail us at support@pabbly.com, and if you have any queries, you can post it over the forums.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issue, then you can visit the URL given over here. So start using Pabbly Connect for free now.